Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to another Talk Push session. I am so excited to have you here with us for our final webinar of the year. Can't believe it's the final webinar already. 2024 came so fast. Now 2025 is about to end. Now, to all our Talk Push friends who joined us before, welcome back to all of you. And if today is your very first time joining us, a big warm hello. We're really glad you're here. Whether you're already using Talk Push every day or you're just exploring what's possible, you are in the right place. This webinar is very special aside from the fact that this is the last webinar of the year and we really enjoy doing this for you. This is very special masterclass session that will help you bring the platform to life, showing you practical workflows, insider tips, and real life examples you can apply immediately. So thank you for spending your time with us today. Before we jump in, let's do a quick check in. This is my favorite. Go ahead and type hi in the chat and let us know where you're dialing in from and where you're joining us from today. I'm dialing in from the Philippines. Let us know what organization are you from and your location so that we could give you a quick shout out here in our session. Go ahead and let us know you're here. We have Caro joining from Chile, all the way from Chile. Thank you guys for joining. I'm dialing in from the Philippines, and I'm pretty sure to have a bunch of people here from the Philippines joining us today. So let us know, where are you guys from? From Concentrics Philippines, we have Charisse. Thank you for joining us, Charisse. Do we have any more people from the Concentrics Philippines team here? Hello to all of you guys, and thank you again for joining. Before we dive in, let's start with something fun. Let's have a little year end reflection, okay? And it's always great to see how Talkpush community is tuning in from everywhere. Since we're closing out 2025, here's a quick recruitment wrapped question for everyone. If you guys could describe your hiring experience this year in just one word, what would it be? Please let us know in the comments. It could be what? Busy. We could say rewarding, chaotic, exciting, maybe. Or some could say survival. Up to you. Whatever. Let us know your experience for this year for 2025. Drop your comment or drop a word in the chat, and we'd love to see how has the year went for you in terms of your recruitment. Let us know. Let us know. Some people would say busy, of course. Busy is always there. Or some would say fulfilling, rewarding. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for sharing. Those are really interesting to see how different and how similar our experiences can be, right? And that's exactly why today's masterclass is the perfect way to wrap up the year. You see, for us, this year has been about growing and making our product better. And today we're going to walk through how TalkPush helps you simplify your entire hiring journey. From the moment a candidate enters the CRM to how recruiters or you organize candidates and evaluate and move them through each stage of your application with ease and automation. We're going to wrap up 2025 by showing you what this year has been all about. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Perry Santiago, and I'll be your host for today for our Talk Push Masterclass, Real World Recruitment Automation for High Volume Hiring. Today's session is going to be interactive, insightful, and very strategy focused. So if you have questions at any point, feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll pick some of them along the way, and of course, we'll have a dedicated time for the Q&A at the end. Please do leave a comment for us, please. And for those wondering, we do have a special treat for everyone today. One lucky attendee will be winning a $30 Amazon gift card, and I'll explain how you guys could get a chance to win that later in the session. That's our little holiday treat for all of you. Here's a quick look at what we'll be covering today so you'll know exactly what to expect. First, it's creating job openings in Talkpush. We'll show you how to kickstart your recruitment process by opening and managing campaigns. And then we'll move forward to the candidate journey, where we will show you how applicants enter Talkpush across different channels and what their experiences looks like from the very first step. Recruiter journey demo will be next, which is a clear walkthrough of the leads tab, how you and your teams can review, how you can organize and take action with candidates efficiently. We'll also have a workflow walkthrough with sample campaigns to show you how Talkpush handles real hiring scenarios end to end. You'll also see automation in action. We will highlight Autoflow, show you how these features eliminate repetitive tasks and maintain clean and accurate data. And just like what I said, we'll have a dedicated section for Q&A, which is your chance to ask anything about workflows, features, and best practices. So, Talkpush is really built to make high volume hiring feel a lot easier, both for you and for your candidates. It gives you more freedom to deal with what truly matters, while your candidates have a seamless experience, since it keeps them engaged from the very beginning. And everything starts where? Everything starts with an open position or a job opening. You identify your hiring needs and you put them out there in the world for candidates to see and apply. So that's where we will begin today. We'll show you how to create job openings quickly using Talkpush, aka campaigns, and we'll take it from there. The campaigns tab right here is the place where you can see all the job openings available, archive or close, and it's also the place where you can add the new campaigns and manage their settings from. Do you remember how this tab used to look like a year ago? For those who have been using Talkpush for over a year now, let's try to go ahead and see. So this is how it basically looks like. Pretty basic, but it does the job somehow. But that was it. But now we have revamped it. Are you excited to see how it looks like right now? I know you guys have pretty much seen this already. And here is the latest view of our campaigns tab. As you can see on the screen, we want to quickly show you where it all starts from here. Campaigns are created and launched. We're going to do a quick example to show you how this is done. So if you have a job opening already and you know you have your hiring need in place, you have to create a campaign. All you need to do is go to the campaigns and then click that green button over there, add a campaign. From here, you'll be able to configure all the campaign settings. You have to add there the job title, the name, the head count if it's available, the recruitment center if you want to book slots for the candidates to set their schedule for appointments, also permission levels, job settings, job description, which is very important for the candidate to know what they are applying for, and so much more. Right? This is where you input all those information. Let's just imagine right now that we've created a new campaign already. What happens after? Your candidates will see this job opening and then they apply. Now I'll let you um, to the next part of our session for today, which is the candidate journey. We'll quickly walk you through the candidate journey, the way we kick it off from the starting point of everything that happens in Talkpush. When you see how candidates experience the recruitment process, everything starts to make a lot more sense, right? Because it's all connected. Think of this first part as the overview or the foundation. And once you understand how candidates come in, what their experience looks like, you'll be able to see how the rest of the workflow builds on top of that. In real life, candidates can come into Talkpush from all kinds of places. Maybe you're getting them from job boards or from employee referrals. lead ads, or even uploading them from events or other databases. Those are your sourcing channels, the places where candidates first show interest. But no matter where they came from, the actual application experience happens through what we call the completion channels. This is where the real candidate journey inside Talkpush begins, because it's the moment they start answering your questions and moving them through your hiring flow. The completion channels are the landing page and the Messenger and WhatsApp bots. These are where the candidates answer your questions, complete their interview, share their details that you need to move them forward in their application. Let's walk through each one quickly and look at what the experience feels like from the candidate's point of view. Let's start with the landing page. Every campaign in TalkPush has its own branded landing page. It's just a simple link where you can send it to candidates to complete the whole pre-screening interview. It's clean, it's mobile friendly. You can customize the questions to collect everything that you need. It's basically just answering a form for the candidates. You can share this link to your website, to through ads, through emails, or even through SMS. To show you what this looks like from the candidate side, we will show you a quick video of someone applying via the landing page. We're also sending you the link to the landing page so you can try it on your end as well. We will send the link in the comment section. So here we go. Let me send the link to everyone so that you can also try it out for yourself. Please, if you're on your computer, you can go ahead and try to apply in this landing page link, and let's see your application a little later. Are you ready? So let's see this video. So as you are seeing right now, this is an example of a landing page where candidates enter their information, of course, their email and their mobile number. It's very straightforward, and it's very easy to fill in their details in, right? And once they have completed entering their basic information, all they need to do is just to click get started, and automatically, right then and there, they will be redirected to the questions, or the interview questions. These are the questions that you set up inside the campaign. So this is totally customizable. You can add your specific questions that you need to ask the candidates, and it caters to different question types. It could be multiple choice, it could be drop down, it could be short answers, it could also be actually calendar responses, dates, or document collection, or and so much more, numbers and all that, right? And as you see here in our example, the candidate is answering an audio question, which gives you automatically a brief introduction of how the candidates speak, or their language experience, or their communication skills, which is very helpful in the hiring, or picking the best talents for your job positions. Now, a pro tip that be coming from us: make sure that the questions here in the pre-screening would be very simple and easy to complete, because the tendency for the candidates would be to drop off and not complete the application when they do not have, or when the questions are too long. So as you see right now, it's very quick, it's very short, and it ends up with a video question, just like what you're seeing right here in your screen.
A quick conversation to understand their perspective. I calmly explained my reasoning and shared the potential impact of delaying the task I was focused on. After discussing
So the
goals and
candidates have
review,
been
they
completing the
found
video
a
question, and for the
compromise that
recruiters,
allowed
what does it
both
mean? You
priorities to
can
be
already have the
addressed. The
impression of
experience taught
the
me
candidate,
the
how
value of
how they
clear
speak and how they
communication,
present
being
themselves,
respectful,
and
and
if
focusing
this
on the
is the
solution
right
rather
fit
than the
for
disagreement itself.
your campaign, or for your job openings. As easy as that. And when they're done completing the landing page, they just need to click submit, and that's it. You already have captured all the information that you need. The candidate has already completed the interview already, and you can already process their application in just a few seconds. Have you tried answering the landing page yourself? We could go ahead and try that and search for your application a little later. But another important thing that we could um, share with you is that aside from typing every information, the candidate also now has an option to just apply via resume, wherein they just need to um, upload their resume, and automatically the details uh, available in their resume could be easily captured by our AI feature, by our AI tools, so that the candidates would not need to type in everything because the information are already parsed by the AI tool that we have. So as you see, after submitting the resume, the information has been already processed or filled in for the candidates. They didn't need to type in all the information that they have. And you also see here that some information have already been pre-filled. And that is because of the power of the apply with resume feature, which uses AI to capture all the information from the resume. It's truly a smoother experience for the candidates, right? Anyone here who have tried applying via the landing page or the apply resume feature, you should go ahead and try that for yourself. Also, another thing, we also have the Messenger and WhatsApp option. This year, guys, as we all know, we have invested in our AI technology, so both channels can be upgraded to incorporate the AI version. It's a smart way to collect data conversationally with candidates instead of filling out forms, so they simply chat the way they normally do in Talkpush. And the bot here guides them through the same questions. To show you what this looks like, go ahead and look at this. Here's a quick video of how the chatbot pre-screening works. It's pretty simple. When candidates start application, then the bot will respond. Both channels are quick, personal, intuitive. Messenger being strong in Facebook-driven markets, and WhatsApp being the go-to messaging app in many countries. You see here the candidate started the interaction with the bot, and then the AI bot will start responding and asking them questions. It's basically just chatting with your friend, right? It's more personalized with AI right now, so that the bot doesn't, so that the candidates would not feel that they're actually talking to a chatbot. And just like on the landing page, every answer in the candidate gives through Messenger or WhatsApp is also captured as candidate attributes in their profile. What are candidate attributes? These are clean, structured data that you need, um, that you can have in their candidate profile that you can use later in the hiring process. We're going to get back to candidate attributes later on. The bottom line is, whether your candidates start on your landing page, Messenger, or WhatsApp, all of their responses flow into complete candidate profile inside Talkpush. And once that profile is created, the candidate officially becomes part of your recruitment workflow. This is where the journey shifts from the candidate experience to where Talkpush really starts helping your team save time and organize. With that, let's jump into the recruiter journey and explore how recruiters work with these profiles inside the Leads tab. Now that the candidates has completed the pre-screening via landing page, chatbot, you have to go through the leads tab because it's the first place you land once you log in. And it's where most of the day-to-day work happens, right? Now I'm wondering here, how many hours have you guys spent on the leads tab recently? Let us know in the comment section. In a day. Let me know in the comments. And we know a lot of you who spent 90% of their days in Talkpush alone. So, oh wow, we have here Ellie spending 6 hours on Leads tab. Nice. That's a good bunch of hours to be in the Leads tab processing candidates. Thank you. Well, the Leads tab is really the heart of the recruiter workflow. So let's go ahead and take a tour. Let's go to the Talkpush screen. So in the Talkpush, the Leads tab would look like this, and you'll find all the candidates here, all their data, and all the options to process them throughout their recruitment. If you're anything like us, you probably have thousands of candidates within the Leads tab. So it's important to filter them out according to what you're looking for to make the processing smoother. Let's start a quick tour. At the top of the Leads tab, you'll find there your campaigns, your folder, and your filter options. This will all help you find the right candidates to process. If you want to search for specific candidates or group of candidates, just go to the campaigns and folder filter. On the campaigns, you can select a single campaign, multiple campaigns, or all campaigns, depending on what you need. Also, we have the completed folder. So the folders, we have the folders that represent how you organize candidates depending on different stages of your application. So this can be default folders like completed, hired, shortlisted, or some of this would be custom folders that you create in any stage or that would represent the stages of your recruitment process. You can see also right there how many candidates are inside each of the folder, which is really very helpful, right? Now, additional button right here is the add filter button. Filters are the ultimate way to narrow down the search. You have loads of options to choose from. You'd have their attributes, dates, when the candidates were created. We have labels, documents, and so much more. And we're showing you an example of how you can just simply select any of these filters, and it will automatically provide you with all the candidates that you need to narrow down your search. Once you're happy with your search, you can just go ahead and click search, and you'll be able to see the candidates based on your filter. Okay, we can add a few filters over there. Say date added, yeah, just that just like that. And we could show them how it would look like. It will automatically give you a filtered list based on the filters that you set. Okay, so since we already have the list right there on the left, we can go ahead to candidates list search and select feature. Here on this list, you can click any profile to review the candidate. You can also search by their name, their email, and their phone on the search tab right above. We have the candidate ID or application ID as well. You can use in searching. And also, we have a little button there, which is sorting, which helps you sort candidates by the date that they're added, the last activity with a candidate, and their job matching score. And once you're happy with your list, and when you select a candidate, one or multiple candidates, it will prompt you with a very exciting feature that we have, which is the bulk actions menu. We can select a single candidate or multiple candidates, and you can already see there the bulk actions menu. The bulk actions here will let you or allow you to perform several actions to candidates, a single action to several candidates. It could be move candidate. If we click on move candidate button, you'll be redirected to options to move candidates into specific folders or campaigns. It's pretty straightforward. You can also select like a send message action, which will help you send a specific message to multiple candidates all at once. Also, different actions like adding a label or sharing profiles to candidates. So there are a lot of options you could choose from for the bulk actions. It's really a huge time saver, especially for repetitive steps. Okay, next is the chat view. So right in the middle of our leads tab, we have there the chat view where you can see every interaction a candidate has had with a chatbot or your team. This includes messages sent via Messenger, WhatsApp chats, email replies, SMS messages, audio or video messages sent by candidates. And as you see on the screen, remember the applicant video that I have showed you earlier. So all the responses here have already been recorded in this one place in the chat history. So all those that the candidate has answered earlier automatically will be recorded here. So you don't need to look anywhere else in the system. It's all here in the leads tab, and you can already see all your responses and all types of communication that has happened between you and your candidate. You can also do here responses and messaging candidates one by one. To reply, you can use the chat box over there. You can use tokens like pre-filled information for the candidates, so you don't need to type all the details for your candidates, and it makes the message more personalized. We also have quick replies, which are common responses that you can use in order to send messages to candidates, so you don't need to type over and over the same message. And you can also choose to send these messages through available channels like SMS, Messenger, email, or WhatsApp, whatever is available for the candidates. This helps you respond faster without retyping the same things over and over. Now let's move forward to the right hand or to the rightmost side of the Leads tab, which is the candidate profile. You'll see there the full profile, including the application details of the candidate. You'll see there their name, their contact information, application details, their candidate ID, and all the basic information for the candidate. We have different tabs there as well, the documents and other applications. If the candidates have other applications in the system, easily you can go through different tabs so to find out the information that you need for this specific candidate. We also have there the action button where you can perform a specific action for the candidates. If you click that, you can either move them, assign them to a manager, if you have a call feature, a schedule, or move them to specific or share them to other managers as well. We have the power buttons there. um, if you want to move the candidates to either of the folders or move them into other custom folders available. If you scroll down a bit more, we have here the comments and reviews, wherein you can leave comments for your colleagues or for your teammates about your impression about this candidate. This is where you would go to in order to leave those comments. And if you scroll down a bit more, here I want to make a small pause for the candidate attributes. We've been talking about candidate attributes early on because this is a very special and powerful feature for Talkpush. While candidate is answering their pre-screening question, as you have seen earlier, all those questions, when they are associated to candidate attributes, the system is collecting the information to display it already in this view. So, remember the candidate journey we showed you earlier? All the questions that the candidate answered there are linked to the candidate attributes. For example, the question earlier that the candidate answered, are you at least 18 years old? Which is linked to the candidate attributes legal working age. So that information that the candidate has provided has already been recorded as a candidate attribute. These are data points automatically stored in the candidate profile. This is what makes Talkpush powerful. You get structured, specified data from the very first interaction. And by the way, one of our recent updates now allows you to look for the attributes in the profile. You can just search for the available attributes using that small search tab over there. Have you guys tried this already? You can also add attributes in bulk or edit attributes in bulk, which is relatively a new feature that you guys can already enjoy. The candidate attributes are so powerful because it's not just used for filtering candidates only on the leads tab. This will actually are the foundation and what will drive the automation on your workflow. These are the foundation of your autoflow, which we will show you more a bit later. But for now, if you have any questions about candidate attributes, let us know or save them until the end. And we'll be able to address all of your questions. Let us know in the comment section so that we could prepare and ask and answer those questions a little later. Well, from here, you can also, of course, check other tools like delete profile, which is available only to users with owner level access. Since this one permanently removes the candidate, you see that little trash icon over there. If you click that button, then you'll be given a prompt if you are sure that you want to delete this specific profile. You can also run a general export that I will show you. It will let you export candidate into data into an Excel friendly file for reporting or offline reviews. So click on that export button. All you need to do is just select select campaigns, the date range of the information that you would want to export, and also the candidate attributes that you would like to include or to be included in the exported file that you are trying to download. If you're happy with your selection, click download, and automatically it will go through a progress notification, the progress notification bar, which will then show you if the export is already available for download. All right. Now that we've walked you through how the different sections work in the Leads tab, let's take a look at a few real life examples of how you use these tools every day. This will help you see how everything comes together in a practical workflow. So let's imagine this. Let's start with the feature of filtering candidates. Let's say you want to focus on candidates who applied recently, specifically those who were added in the last quarter. So how do you think you will be able to see that? You can start by selecting the campaigns. So for now, let's just select all campaigns since we want to search on the whole system. And then we select all folders. And then we could add a filter for us to narrow down our search only just to the last quarter. So we can use the date added attribute and then select in between as the operator and select the start of October and up to this day, which is December 11th. That would be the most recent quarter. And if you click on the search button, you'll be able to see how many candidates have already applied during this period. You already have a narrowed down search automatically or narrowed down filter or results automatically. But you want to narrow down this search a bit more. So you want to find out only those candidates who applied via the landing page. So if you want to narrow down the search, you just need to click on add filter again and then click on source and then add the source landing page since that's the one you want to check out for. Let's see. And then it will automatically provide you with a more specific search right now. That very smooth experience just to filter all those candidates. And if you want to filter it more, you can already add another layer of filter if you want, just to be more specific with your search. You can say, for example, let's do attachments, add filter, and then attachment is present. So that means all the candidates with attachments will be filtered in this filter that you set. And let's click search. And from there, we only have now two candidates who applied between October 1 to December 11 using the landing page with attachments present in their profile. It's that easy to use the filters. With just a few filters, you've created already a clean, targeted list of candidates perfect for follow ups, re engagement, or next step actions. Now, let's show you bulk actions. You've filtered the list already. Now you want to send a message to all of these candidates at once. Of course, we will use the bulk actions. Select all the candidates on your list. So currently we have two. And then click send message. You can already just select the tokens or just select a template from your quick replies. And then that's it. You already have the message ready to be sent and just need to select the sending channel you want to send it to. This is very helpful when you're handling a large group of candidates and you need to communicate clearly without sending the messages one by one. Have you guys experienced it? Trying to send the same message to a candidate one by one. That really is dreadful to do. There are also times when recruiters or you need to work with data outside the CRM, maybe for reporting, for sharing to another team, or analyzing trends. So you have two ways to do that. I've shown you earlier the general export. Now we can do the bulk export. So again, all you need to do is just select the candidates from your filter, select bulk actions, export, and this export will only export the candidates currently on your list of filters or on your view. And again, once selecting the date, the attribute that you want to be included in the export, click download if you're happy with your selection, and then it will already provide you with the exported file just a few moments. All right. What is your favorite feature so far inside the Leads tab? Please let us know in the comments section. We've shown you a lot. We've shown you filters. We've shown you bulk action features, the candidate attributes. What is your favorite, and what do you think is has been the most helpful to you in the past year? Let us know in the comments section, and we are very eager to know, and we're very excited to know. Is it quick replies, job matching, bulk actions? Type it in the chat. We're very very curious which one stands out the most for the users. Let us know, guys. Okay. Now that we've toured the Leads tab and explored how recruiters work inside it, let's take things a step further and walk through the actual day to day recruiter workflow. Let's take a quick look at where all of this begins, which is our campaigns tab. So we have here the campaigns tab. We've covered how candidates enter Talkpush, how you manage them inside the Leads tab. Now we're coming back to the campaigns tab. We briefly saw it earlier in the beginning of the call, but we'll review a few more steps right now. Let me show you how the Leads tab look like, or how the campaigns tab look like. So when you open the campaigns tab already, you'll see all of your active roles or active job positions or job openings divided into three different tabs. We have the active, all those that are open that applies or that accepts new applications. We also have archive. These are open or closed applications, or meaning no longer applying or no longer accepting new applications. And we also have closed campaigns. These are active, these are open campaigns, but are no longer accepting application. Each campaign will show you the details, like how many candidates are in there, the activity date, the location of the campaign. At the top of the campaigns tab, you have there the search tab, and filters on the left. This will let you quickly find the campaigns you want to work on by filtering the job title or maybe the location. The campaign type is also there, recent activity, or even which recruitment center the role belongs to. And then after that, we have the campaign settings. The campaign settings is the place where owners and managers build the foundation of the job. To go there, we have there a three dot button on the right. Just go to main settings and you'll be able to see the main settings for the campaign. Not everyone will have access to this, by the way, but it's helpful to understand what lives here, so that everything that happens to candidates later on depends on how the campaign is configured in this part. Okay, so let's go to the campaign settings of the campaign that we have showed you earlier. Inside the campaign settings, you'll see the main setup. Again, we have there the campaign title, the types, application, recruitment center, and we also have there the job listing page, wherein you have an option to publish this open campaign in your job listing page so that candidates can easily look for it and apply directly through the landing page. We also have there a button to allow new applications. So if that button is toggled off, then this campaign will be closed and not be accepting new applications. If you want to open it again, just toggle on that button and the campaign will be reopened for you. A special feature here and very important is the cooling period cooling period buttons, which is the duplicate management for the specific campaign. If you want to set a specific time frame or a cooling period for the candidates to reapply to this campaign, then this is the place where you need to go to. You can set here a specific number of months on when you want the candidates to reapply to this campaign. And moving forward, we have, of course, the job settings. which are the campaign titles, the details of the application or the job. That will be very important for the candidates to read, because this is what they're up for, the details that they need to know in order to apply for the job opening that you are sharing with them. Okay, these are the details that really shape the candidate facing side of the campaign. And once the basic setup is in place, you'll also notice on the menu on the left hand side that we have access to everything else that power your campaign. We have there the sourcing tab. The sourcing tab is where you connect or integrate this campaign into several sourcing channels. It could be lead ads, the landing pages, Facebook, or job boards. Everything is available there in the sourcing channels tab. We also have the permission settings, which is the place where you need to set up permission access levels to your team, who gets to have access to this campaign, who gets to be the managers or the assigned recruiters for the candidates coming inside or coming into the campaign. This is where you set that up. We also have the message settings. Message settings are the templates that we send the candidates in every single part of the application process. We also have here the questions. It's very important. If you tried out the landing page that we have sent you earlier and what we've showed you earlier in the video, these are the actual questions that we have asked the candidate, or we have asked you guys to complete. These are very important because this is where you add, remove, update, and set up the questions you want to ask the candidates during the interview. So this is very, very, very important. And this is where you set that up. Also, next is folders. These are the folders available for this campaign. This is where you set the specific folders that you need for the stages of your application. And of course, we have Autoflow right here. I'm sure everyone here has heard and tried Autoflow. Can I see can I see it in the comment section if you have seen Autoflow or have tried Autoflow in the past? Which is your favorite Autoflow action? Let us know. There's always at least one person here who would swear by send reminder or send message. That is like one of the most commonly used um, actions in Autoflow. I know most of us here have seen this Autoflow, but for those who are seeing it for the first time, this is how the Autoflow looks like. Just recently, we came up with a workflow view for the Autoflow. If you could go to the workflow view, which gives you like a generic view, or a flow chart view of how the Autoflow looked like for each campaign. So this is very useful now. You could have in a glance, you can already see how the candidates would flow into your recruitment. Okay, if we go to actions, right, beside the workflow, this is how the actual Autoflow look like. The thing is, once candidates are inside your campaign, the real challenge begins here. How do you manage all of them? How do you keep your workflow moving? How do you make sure candidates don't get stuck? That's exactly where Autoflow steps in the system. You know, Autoflow controls everything that happens after the actual journey inside your campaign begins. Autoflow is the automation engine of Talkpush. It lets you build simple, powerful rules that say, if this happens, then do that. For example, if a candidate enters a folder, Talkpush checks their attributes. If they meet the criteria, they can be moved, they can be sent a message, they can be assigned to a recruiter, they can be sent another set of questions, their profile can be shared, all automatically via Autoflow, whatever your process requires the Autoflow to do. Every Autoflow has two parts. The trigger is the if, and the action is the then. Triggers can be based on folder, like the target folder, for example, completed, or and the specific candidate attributes, like English proficiency, education level, or any other attributes. I've mentioned earlier that attributes are very powerful. It's the foundation of the autoflow triggers, and without them, it will be so hard to automate all these actions. So it's very important that we um, take good care of the candidate attributes or the information we capture from the candidates. Actions can include moving candidates, sending messages, transferring, rejecting, and even kicking off AI powered steps. Once the autoflow is active, candidates who match the criteria are processed automatically, usually within minutes. So you don't have to remember to move anyone or manually send reminders. The system does all the heavy lifting for you. Let's take a look at a few real examples so you can see how autoflow supports your workflow in action. So here I'm about to show you three like use cases for autoflow. We have shortlisting candidates automatically. So that is the move candidates action. We have the talk score, our language assessment, can easily be integrated to autoflow as well through follow-up questions and also sharing profiles automatically. Let's start with our use case number one. Let me show you the Talkpush screen. Shortlisting candidates, let's say you're hiring for a campaign and every candidate has to meet a few key qualifications. For example, what are the most common ones? They must be 18 years of age, they must be a college graduate, and they must be okay with shifting schedules. So those are your three criteria when you are setting up the trigger. And if a candidate has all those three criterions, then they should move to shortlisted. All of these information are captured during the pre-screening questions, and with autoflow, you can already set a specific trigger for this. And this is how it looks like. To start and to begin, we have to create an action by clicking add action. And again, if a candidate enters the completed folder, we have to set up first the trigger. Click the button create trigger, and then the target folder should be completed. So you have to select from the drop down what is the target folder. Completed. And then now we need to set up the specific attributes that we need. Again, we said earlier that the candidates must be 18 years or older. So that is the legal working age attribute, right? So we can select the operator, and if the candidate answered yes, and then they should be qualified. We then need to click add. The next criteria would be the candidate must be college graduate. So that would be under the attribute education, right? And let's say candidate should be bachelor's degree, and then add that candidate attribute as well. And also, they must be okay with shifting schedules. So we have here an attribute called night shift flexibility. You can come up with your own attributes as well. So these are just basic examples. And if they're okay with that, then you can add already. And this is how the trigger would look like. If the candidate's 18 years old and they are a college graduate and they're okay with shifting schedules, then we can already create a trigger. If the candidate matches all these criteria, then we can already set up the action. By clicking add action, we want to move them to shortlisted. So the action should be move candidate and then select the shortlisted folder. And then automatically, you can also set up different configuration if you want to send them message templates or add the shortlisting reasons in their candidate profile. You can also do that. And then click save if you're happy with your selection, and automatically, once this autoflow is active, every candidate that enters the completed folder who matches all the criteria that we have set will automatically be moved to the shortlisted folder in just seconds or minutes. In other words, the moment a qualified candidate finishes the pre-screening, autoflow moves them forward. No manual filtering, no manual folder changes. You can already focus on interviewing people who already passed your baseline requirements. Is that clear? That's how easy setting up an autoflow. Now let's move on to our use case number two, talk score plus follow-up question sets. You all know what TalkScore is, right? Autoflow can support your English proficiency assessment using TalkScore. TalkScore is our language evaluation tool inside TalkPush, where candidates can answer audio questions, video questions, which are different question types that you can use to measure the language proficiency of the candidates. And those are grouped into question sets. It usually take a few minutes to complete, so many teams or many organizations prefer to send it only to candidates who have already shown strong potential. So let's just say um, all those candidates who have already been moved to shortlisted, you would need them to undergo the talk score interview or the language assessment test. What you need to do is to set up an autoflow that looks like this. If folder is shortlisted, and you need to choose like a general candidate attribute because you want all the candidates inside that folder to take the assessment. So you can choose like email is present and or mobile is present. You can also change the operator to or and and, meaning um, if either or both, if you're using and, then both criteria would be checked by autoflow, or if you use or, either of the attributes will be used to activate the autoflow. Once you're happy, you can click save, and then in the actions, all you need to do is send the talk score question set. Please note that you have to set up the questions first for your candidates. Okay. So once the question set is set up, select the talk score question set the message, use the interview link, and then automatically all the candidates that are in the shortlisted folder will be sent a message requesting them to complete a talk score assessment. Okay. That's how easy it is. And also, just recently, we have leveled up our language assessment and our interview tools for the candidates, because now we have the voice AI tool. The voice AI tool would actually be a tool for the candidates to a tool for recruiters or for you guys to use, so that candidates could undergo an interview already via the AI. It doesn't need any manual calling or you interviewing the candidates. AI will do it for you. Autoflow can also support that. So once you've selected the criteria, you have to go select actions and just select voice AI. It's already available in the system. You can reach out to your account manager if you want this to be activated for you too. So the voice AI will show or will trigger a message to the candidates, and the message can already and the candidates can already start their voice AI interview um, in right their voice AI interview when they click the link. It's as easy as that, and it can also be powered by the autoflow. Okay, now let's move on to another question set. Sometimes candidates answer other different question types. I'm showing you also new question types that we have here. So we have the booking question type available. These are other options that you can use in sending follow-up questions for candidates. You can actually ask them to upload more documents, something that you can use for onboarding, for example, if you want them to submit specific requirements like an ID or certifications. That would be very useful for you for the onboarding, since the candidates would need to submit their documents, and they can already be verified by our AI tools. That's another feature that we have here, the OCR verification tool. And now recently we have a new question type, which is the booking appointment. So you don't need to go back and forth with the candidates in just asking them what's their availability, because from the list of questions that we have, they can already book a slot based on the available slots in your recruitment center. So the possibilities here are almost endless with autoflow and with question sets and with different question types that we offer. So it's very, very useful for getting the most information from our candidates. Okay, and now let's move forward to another one, which is another use case that we have here, which is the sharing of profiles. Sometimes you need to loop in a supervisor, your hiring manager, or another stakeholder to review certain profiles, right? But instead of manually sharing candidates one by one, sometimes in the past we use papers to send managers their CVs printed out. But now, simply using the autoflow, you can just share profiles automatically to hiring managers or to other third party reviewers. Autoflow can trigger the share profile action automatically. So, for example, we have a folder called for review, right? And you want candidates who pass the talk score assessment, those with B2, B1, and A1 CEFR scores, to go to another review or to go to the next level of the application, which is a review of the hiring manager. So all you need to do is just set up an autoflow that looks like this. If the folder is for review and talk score CFR is either B2, B1, or A1, then select an action, set the action as share profile, and you now have the option to send the profile of the candidate via email or via WhatsApp. If it's via email, you can enter the email address of the person you would want to send it to. It could either be someone from your team or someone outside of your team. You have the add message option there. You can select the information you would want to send to the reviewer. And once you're happy with the selection, just hit save. And if it's a WhatsApp, the reviewer will receive a message on their WhatsApp right on their mobile phones, and they can already um, review the profiles anywhere they are at any given point in based on their availability. This ensures the right people review the right candidates at the right time because we know how important time is in recruitment. So, as you can see, autoflow is really where Talkpush becomes more powerful because once candidates are inside your campaigns, Autoflow gives you almost endless possibilities to automate the rest of their journey. You can use it for shortlisting, sending assessments, talk score, sharing profiles, routing candidates across campaigns, moving them from one campaign to another, but it goes far beyond that. Autoflow can automatically add labels as well, update candidate attributes, trigger job matching actions, send question sets, assign recruiters, and even connect with some of our AI tools, just like what we've shown you earlier. In other words, you're not just managing candidates, you're designing a system that manages itself. This is Talkpush. It's a recruitment platform automation that you can modify and that you can configure on your own. You can design it yourself. A system that works at scale, adapts to different roles, and gives every candidate the structure, clarity, and speed that they need. Now, when you put everything together that we've covered today, you start to see the bigger picture here. Candidates enter TalkPush through multiple channels: Messenger, WhatsApp, landing pages, job boards, referrals, manual uploads. Recruiters receive, organize their profiles inside TalkPush, inside the Leads tab, filter them, review them, sort them, take action through bulk actions and automations. Campaigns and campaign define structure behind every role, behind job openings, the questions that we ask candidates, the rules that we set, and the workflows that we design. And then Autoflow ties it all together, automating movement, communication, the next steps, so your team can focus on conversation and not manual tasks. So from the very first click, to the final hiring decision, Talkpush helps you build a consistent, efficient, and scalable recruitment process. And with that, before the Q&A, I'm curious, what was the most insightful idea or feature you got from today's masterclass? Let us know in the chat. Whatever insight you have from what we've talked about for at least an hour already, let us know. Or if you have any questions, this is now about time for you to open the floor for questions. If you have anything you'd like to clarify about the campaign setup or autoflow or the candidate journey, feel free to send your questions in the chat. We have people from Talkpush right here and me as well who is willing to answer all of your questions. Do you have any questions, guys? Oh, we have a very quiet crowd for today, but I'm pretty sure um, you've been exploring Talkpush so much. So if you have any further questions, then you could let us know. Oh, Ben. Ben here said that the most insights that he got is the export. It prompted him to do a bit of a test in the live environment. The autoflow capabilities for shortlisting was incredibly helpful to see as well. Thank you, Ben, for sharing that. Yeah, those are just very simple examples. Honestly, you could make more complex criteria and much more complex actions and workflow in your system for sure. But we are here to guide you. We have your solution engineers, the product support team, the account managers to who could help you out, plot out the configurations and whatever you need for the recruitment workflow to go smoothly. Thank you, Ben. Okay, do you have any further questions? If you have any further questions, always feel free to um, reach out to us, reach out to product support, and reach out to your account managers, and we'll be able to and would love to address all of your questions in the future if you have. Let's congratulate Ben. They just went live with Talkpush about 2 weeks ago, and thank you, and we appreciate you, Ben, for sharing your insights here. Let's give a virtual round of applause to Ben and their team. And Ben, where are you from, Ben? What organization? Sorry, I can't see the your email, so it would be helpful. So we could give them a shout out. Okay, Ben is from Concentrix. Let's give a shout out for the Concentrix team. Thank you, guys. Okay, and I think I'm not going to hold you off any longer. Thank you, guys. Concentrics in the house. Thank you. As a little thank you for joining us today, we'll be giving away a $30 Amazon gift card to one lucky attendee. And the winner will be randomly selected from the participants list and announced via email. And we'll also have the help center link over there in the QR code. So if you want to read more about the features, the different features, go ahead and do it. Okay. But for our $30 Amazon gift card, we will appreciate if you guys would answer to this question that I think Caro have provided us earlier. If you provide us answers, then we'll pick the best answer among all of you guys, and one of you will have a chance to win the $30 Amazon gift card to be sent to you right after the webinar. I think this one, right? Um, what is your Christmas wish list? Oh, I have here a question. What is your Christmas? What is your Talk Push Christmas wish, or what's the feature you want to see in Talk Push for 2026? Okay, the first person who will send their answer will win the gift card. We want to see you guys. Again, the first person who would come up with the idea of what feature, what one thing they want to see in Talk Push for 2026 will win the gift card. Okay, let's do this. A feature wish list. Since it's Christmas time, it's the holiday season. Might as well, Santa Claus might be listening. So please key in your answers right now, guys, and let us know your wish list for this season. What feature, what one thing do you want to see in Talk Push for 2026? That's your holiday wish list for next year. No one is sending their answers. You guys don't want a $30 Amazon gift card. Okay, I think we have a winner. We have, of course, Ben from Concentrix, and he said creating a drop down list for multiple areas. We have numerous rejected reasons that we would like to see in a simpler way. Wow. Okay. Definitely a good thing to take note of. Oh, we have some people coming in for more answers, but we already have a winner. Thank you, Ben. But Chrisman said chat history search. Uh huh. That's a good thing too. Congratulations, Ben. Let's give Ben a virtual round of applause. And as we wrap up this session, we'll be sending you the $30 Amazon gift card, and you should be able to receive that shortly or in a few days. As we wrap up this session, ooh, thank you. As we wrap up the session, and honestly, as we wrap up this year, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. We've hosted so many webinars together this year. We walked through new features, new workflows, new automation ideas, and what makes these sessions meaningful is you, your questions, your curiosity, your willingness to explore what TalkPush can do. We're incredibly grateful for the time you've spent with us and for the community that has grown around these webinars. We hope today's masterclass gave you fresh insights and new ways to level up your hiring. And we're already very excited for what's ahead. I'm getting emotional. I don't know. More tools, more automation, more AI, more sessions where we get to learn and grow together. From all of us here at Talkpush, thank you. Have a wonderful end to 2025. And we can't wait to see all of you guys in our next sessions in 2026. This is Peregrine Santiago, and this has been Talkpush Masterclass of 2025. Thank you.